my friends. Long time no see. This is Jan of Jan Hicks Creates, and I am finally back with a deep voice, deeper than usual, but finally feel like I'm getting back to normal. Let's see. This is a market needlework, oh my goodness. Nashville Needlework Market recap. What I'm stitching on, new releases for April, and just an overall catch-up on what has been going on. March was bad. It started off with a bang. The market was amazing. I'll talk about more in a second. For those of you that follow me on other social media channels, though, you know that Mike and I did come down with COVID at market. That's our first time. We have protected ourselves very well. Up until that point, we believe that, because we wore our masks throughout market, but we believe that the people that had been in the room before us must have had it and left a gift for us there, because the only time we didn't mask was in our room when market wasn't in session. So, and of course, as soon as we got up into the room, when we got there, we took off our masks and started unpacking and that kind of thing. So the only thing we can figure is that it was in the room. Such is life. We are finally starting to feel more normal. Last night was pretty much the first night that I didn't have any coughing through the night, so got a pretty decent amount sleep. But the rest of March was pretty bad. Just not able to do a whole lot, brain fog, you know, everything that you hear about with COVID. But we are on the mend. Top that off with winter continuing here in eastern Idaho. Even those people that are longtime residents here are pretty fed up with it. The thing with winter here that I've experienced in all of my 2 years of experience here is that it doesn't get warm enough for the snow to melt. So the ground has been white since the first snowfall in October. Bits and pieces of it have melted, like around the edges, but then it'll snow the next day and that gets covered up. There's hope in a couple weeks that spring is coming, but if you've been around with me for a while, you know that spring is my favorite season, and I love seeing the bulbs starting to come up out of the ground. And here we are almost into April, and we still have a good number of inches on the ground yet here. So March was rough. March was really rough. But high points. I did finish my sweater. How much of this you can see. I was been working on this and showing it to you over the past few videos. Yumiko Alexander is the designer, and I can't remember her design business name off the top of my head. This is called the Seafoam Cardigan. It is supposed to have a couple of buttons up here. I probably could have made a size smaller, but this has been my travel project for trips to Arizona over the past half a year, and then out to Nashville and back. And I did get it finished and blocked this past week. So it's really nice. It's perfect. 3/4 inch sleeves. So it's perfect for whenever it's kind of sort of starting to warm up. But anyways, thrilled with that. The yarn is Anzula Dreamy. It's a cashmere merino blend, and it is so soft and yummy. Dream and Color, not Anzula. No, it is Anzula. It's been a while since I've looked at the label, and since I bought the yarn. Got it at a good yarn in Sarasota, where I used to work. Anyway, so I finished the sweater, one of the high points of March, and then market. Let me talk to you about market. I'm going to insert the little video clip here that I did of just kind of circling the room, my setup and my display. It was really amazing. Everything you hear about it, you know, how many superlatives can one use, right? not just the response I had as a first timer there, but meeting in person store owners that I've talked to or store owners that I've met before and got to see again, other designers, hooking up with other suppliers, fabric and thread suppliers. And let me say first, before I go any further, if I seem like I'm struggling today with words, I would not be surprised. Like I said, the brain fog is pretty much gone, but I'm not 100%. So forgive me if I seem a little off today. I'm doing it. I'm here, I'm doing it. We'll get through this together. So market, let's see. Where do I start? I had goals. My goals were to double both the number of stores that bought from me, double it from those who purchased from me at the Needlework Expo in August. So that was the wholesale, the virtual wholesale show that happened this past August. And that was my first wholesale experience. So my goal was to double the number of stores and double the amount sold. And I accomplished both of those goals. So absolutely thrilled. I did not sell out of everything. I certainly didn't sell out of my new charts because I definitely took too much. I think that is probably, it's the hardest thing to figure out for newbies like me. And it's also, I think, across the board, what all newbies say for their first market. They took too many. I did sell out of pretty much all of the older ones that I had with me. Not all of them, but pretty much all of them for my older designs, but the response was wonderful. Meeting the store owners in person, chatting, getting to know them, several highlights. Kimberly Young, Sassy Jack, had a delightful conversation with her. Excited for her to open her new store in the old house that they've been remodeling, refinishing. Someday I will get across there to North Carolina to see that. Shelley Hronick of Just Stitching Inc. Of course, seeing Jean Lee, Janine Cheney from Acorns and Threads, all of those. Meeting so many that I've had conversations with. I don't even want to try and list them all because I know I'll forget something important. One of the store owners came into the room, and I have probably heading towards 50 designs now. So I had 2 8-foot-long tables pretty much filled with my designs. And so having a store owner come into the room and say, look around and say, how have I never heard of you before? was both gratifying and funny, and it was just fun. Friday night it started. 4 to 8 was the first time we were open, and it was a little slow. I had a number of stores come in and pick up their pre-orders, which is what I was expecting. Of course, people are going to head towards the most popular designers and suppliers first to get those items before they sold out, especially if they were stores that or designers that didn't do pre-orders. Saturday was consistently busy, both people picking up pre-orders, people adding to their pre-orders, and shops coming in that hadn't pre-ordered at all. And there are certainly a number of shops that just don't do pre-orders. So Saturday was consistently busy. Sunday was very quiet. I did have probably a half dozen orders on Sunday, which is fine. I was expecting that too. And Sunday is really the day when the designers get to get out of their rooms because it is so quiet and visit with other designers. Sunday is also when COVID was really starting to make its presence known. I had a sore throat, excuse me, starting probably Saturday. I thought it was from talking too much, but by Sunday I was really starting to feel the effects. I did get out, several of you, or many of you, I guess, said that, commented whenever I posted on social media, here we go, we're off to market. Many of you posted that you hoped that I would have a chance to pick up some goodies. And while I did pick up a couple, that's not really what it's about for a designer. I wish I had visited more of the rooms. Fiber on a Whim was one that was high on my list to get to, and my brain was just such a mess on Sunday that I didn't even remember. I did make it to Weeks Dye Works. I did make it to Grace Notes. I have some fabric coming from Grace Notes fabric. Of course, I made it to Jeanette Douglas's room, and I stole her phone. Made it to Heartstrings Samplery, to Beth Twist, to Liz Matthews, to visit Becca Murphy, Sambry Stitches. I had the immense pleasure of having little Stitch Girl, Jordan, and Jamie in the room next to me, and a big shout out to them and a big thanks to them for the help and the encouragement and the advice they gave me over the course of the weekend. So I did get to several different rooms. Went back to Jeanette's room. So Sunday I hit, these several different rooms. And when I realized, again, brain fog, I have this phone in my hand and, it came on and I could see the picture and it was like, oh, how did I manage to change the picture on my phone? It's a nice picture. I don't recognize where it's from. Brain fog. I mean, and it finally dawned on me when I got back to the room, because I think I was going to text Mike to let him know that I was coming back. And I think I must have had my phone in another pocket. I think I must have turned it over and realized, oh, I think Jeanette and I have a similar flowery phone case, but I think eventually it dawned on me that this was not my phone. And I wondered, like, retraced my steps to the different rooms I had been in, and Jeanette's was the last one that I went to and that I went back to, and I was like, I think I have your phone. She's like, you stole my phone. I'm like, it's a nice phone. I like the picture on it. Jeanette's a sweetheart, and so supportive. So that was fun. But anyway, I did pick up a few things. I made some fantastic connections. I did get picked up, so the intangibles of market, I did get picked up by the other major industry distributor, the connections with the suppliers, and of course, the face-to-face with the other designers, meeting all the designers that were there in the X Stitch the Rainbow Tea Time collaboration. That was fun. So yeah, lots of highlights in the midst of the busyness and insanity that is market. And I'll show you the few things that I got a little later. So coming home was a nightmare. We left Monday. Sunday night, I utterly collapsed. I had chills. I had a fever. I couldn't eat. We had until Monday, 11 a.m. to check out of the hotel room. I was able to do a little bit Sunday night to start getting packed up, but I utterly collapsed. By Monday morning, I was feeling a little more human, and we got things packed up, and Mike had the work of getting everything packed down into the car and into the trailer, so he was making a lot of trips back and forth. He also had COVID, so he was pretty much ran ragged on Monday. Luckily, we had scheduled it to only drive two hours on Monday because we knew we'd be exhausted anyway. So we made it as far as Paducah, Kentucky on Monday, and then collapsed at the campground there. I did want to back up 1 minute and say, do you remember me showing, if you followed me on social media, the little animal spotlights that Mike had found when he was supposed to be searching for lighting for my room? Oh, and that's another story. So we got a bunch of boxes of those and had those scattered all through the rooms, all through my display, looking at my different models. They were the hit of the show. People thought they were so cute, and they were. But my other story, lighting for the room, so important. What I had gotten, not the animals, but the other lights just didn't work. So Mike did not want to unhitch our car from the trailer and lose that parking space in front of the trailer because we'd have to hitch up again, right? So he walked to the Home Depot, which was 2 miles away, to get better lighting. That was on Friday morning. If you remember, if you were in the area, there were tornado watches for the greater Tennessee, Nashville area on Friday afternoon. That was Friday afternoon, I guess, when he was out and back. He got caught in a storm on the drive back, not drive back, walk back. I think he was like a half mile away when all hell broke loose. Wind blowing, rain, lightning. He got back to the room and he was drenched. It's like, they have these thing called Ubers. Just a thought. You could have called an Uber. So, yeah. Fun times. So anyway, the ride home, we ended up, we had planned on heading north out of Kansas to the Omaha, Nebraska area because I had planned on stopping at Reflections and seeing the new Reflection store that Julie just moved into. And Mike was going to go to the Air Museum at the SAC Air Base, I guess, there. Number one, there was a snowstorm coming in the days we were scheduled to be up there. And number two, I don't know whether it was Monday night or Tuesday morning, we did test and found out we had COVID. So that wasn't going to happen. So we just continued across Kansas. We ended up staying 2 nights in outside of Kansas City, Missouri, just trying to recover a little bit. Also on Tuesday night, I lost a crown. My back molar crown came off while I was eating macaroni and cheese. I have not left the house since we got back from market, so I have not yet been to have my crown fixed. I'm still missing my crown back there. I go on Monday. I have an appointment on Monday. So yeah, we eventually made it home and pretty much collapsed and slowly worked on recovery. So yeah, it was an adventure. One that I don't hope to ever repeat again. But market next year, I am looking forward to it. Anyway, so that's kind of what March looked like for me. On to stitching, on to other things. First, I want to share with you the Hearts for Pam effort that is currently going on, and I will have all the links below for that. So, again, if you don't follow me on social media, excuse me, or follow Cottage Garden Threads on social media, you may not have heard of this. Excuse me. Okay, Hearts for Pam. Who is Pam? Pam is the mom part of the mother-daughter team that are the owners of Cottage Garden Threads in Australia. Katie is the daughter, mom, Pam. Pam is the one that is, I think, the main dyer and the main originator of Cottage Garden Threads. So she really is the heart of Cottage Garden Threads. She has been sick since September of last year and has not been able to work because she does have heart problems. So Cottage Garden Threads is deeply feeling her loss. Katie, the daughter, decided to have a collaboration, celebration, I'm not really sure all the words to call it, to show Pam love and support. She is having open heart surgery. And they just really want to show her the love and support that not just the folks that work at Cottage Garden Threads, but the whole community feels for her and for her business. So what Katie has gotten together is 19 designers who are doing designs that are heart themed based on, I believe, 10 Cottage Garden Threads colors. Katie, it has a, words, please forgive me for my difficulties here. Katie has put together a bundle of those 19 designs and those 10 thread colors to offer to you at a huge discount as a support for their business. And they went on sale March 27th, and I think they're on sale through April 10th and April 14th. Again, forgive me for not remembering all the details completely, but I will have all the links and the information down below where you can purchase this bundle. And the bundles won't actually go out be sent out until June or July. I think the idea is that they will be on sale now. We will get all of our designs together, get them to Katie. She will be printing and putting together these bundles to be sent out in July. So this is basically a pre-order. And they are hoping to sell 1,000 of them. The last I heard, when the first day they went on sale, she sold 200. So anyways, I am helping to spread the news of this collaboration. And like I said, 19 designers from around the industry, both cross stitch and embroidery. Just an amazing effort of an example of the industry coming together to help support one of those that we love. So again, I will be putting all that information for you below. I hope that you will check it out. There are also some different designers who are sponsoring giveaways of the bundles. I myself am not doing that because it was just one thing too many for my brain to handle at this point. But I am doing everything I can to support and let everybody in the community know about that. So that is Hearts for Pam. Okay, market releases. What is the status of those? So my market releases, I had 4 that were just kind of general, meaning open to everybody, whether they were at market or not. So basically, sold at market, went to put on the distributor sites. Any store out there could then buy them or buy them directly from me. But I also had 2 exclusives that are not quite available to everybody yet. So let me show you those. I do not have the models. The models are currently at Stitch Niche in Arlington, Texas. If you are anywhere in the area, they will have them for another 2 or 3 weeks, I think. If you are anywhere in the greater Dallas-Fort Worth area, or happen to be traveling there and would like to check out a great cross-stitch store, I recommend that you visit Stitch Niche, and you can see my models in person. So the ones that are kind of general relief, this is the X-Stitch the Rainbow Trinway Silk collaboration. This is mine called Calm. My 3rd set of my vintage Christmas alphabet series. So this was F and G. So these were all my market releases, and I've shown these to you in a previous video. Samplings of Lace Spring. So this is the last of my samplings designs. God. And Carolyn's Balloon Spring. I have one more in this set for summer, and that will be coming out probably June-ish. Not quite sure yet. So these 4 are now basically available everywhere, as well as PDFs in my Etsy shop and PDFs at Fat Quarter Shop. So these you can get anywhere. If you are interested, you can and your local store doesn't already carry them, you can ask them to carry them and they can get them from me or from one of the distributors. Now the two that were exclusive, Spring Cottages and the absolutely amazing, in my opinion, Louis Chapuis 1844. These were only available to the stores that shopped at the market through April 3rd. As of April 3rd, they will be going up on the distributor site, so any store anywhere can get them, and they are also available for shops to order directly from me. So yeah, that's what's happening with my market releases. The main thing is that those other four are now available on my Etsy store and on Fat Quarter Shop as PDFs. I will not be putting the exclusives out as PDFs until the end of April to let the other stores kind of have a chance to work with them. Okay, new releases for April. So you see back here these pretties. So I do have the next set in my vintage Christmas alphabet, H and I. So Holly and Invite. These are with the distributors. They are available to be purchased from me. So, and already many stores have ordered them. So if you are interested in the next set, let your store know and they can get them. And then Mom, So Much Love. So if you've been here since last year, you remember this one. This was an exclusive that I did with Maggie's on Main, which is the cross-stitch shop just outside of Boise, Idaho, over on the western side of the state. I am on the eastern side. So they worked with me and I created this exclusive. They had a kit set up for this. I don't know whether they still have any kits available, but they do still have some of this pattern. So what I did to re-release it, so you can see that there is purple in this design. I had originally designed it with, that is really tealy, Classic Colorworks, really tealy, kind of a brighter blue. And Maggie requested that I change it to purple because it went better with some fabric that they were using for project bags. So this one does have, you can see the purple in the heart versus the blue. This is stitched on a 32 count, just white even weave. My new model with the blue is stitched on 40 count Freeze. That's Frieze by Atomic Ranch Fabrics. So I changed it back to the blue for my re-release of this. But like I said, if you want it in the purple, Maggie does still have some of the original pattern in stock. The other thing I did was to cover a mistake. Not to cover a mistake, but to cover a stain. Again, if you follow me on social media, you remember that I had a stain right here when I ironed. I don't usually have water in my iron, but I put water in it pre-market for some reason that I don't remember now. And I didn't think about it being in there and causing problems, and some leaked out, and for whatever reason, it stained my fabric right there where that new little flower is. So I actually reworked the design a little bit, added a flower there, and added another little flower there to kind of balance that out. So that is another change with the new design. And like I said, this and the Vintage Christmas Alphabet 4 set are now available at distributors, coming to shops, available directly from me. So if you are interested in these, please do talk to your local shop and let them know you'd like them to order those for you. What else am I working on? So I have not been doing any other stitching. I have to say, I did stitch and knit. Well, when we got back finally from market, I really didn't want to stitch at all. I I could knit. That's what I could handle at that point. Bigger needles, bigger thread. I just didn't have it in me to stitch it at all. But I did knit, and that's when I finished this sweater. So throughout the rest of the month, I pretty much have been doing the easiest things possible. The hard things are the business side of things, putting PDFs together, creating blog posts, writing newsletters, anything like that, I just put off. But I find it really easy to design. So I did several different designs, and then I started to stitch on them finally. So these designs are coming out. See if I can get to my little back pad here. So this is going to be a new design, hopefully in May. You can guess the name. It is E pluribus unum. And as you can probably see, it is going to be a flag. My thought process for this was all of the stripes are going to be different colors of pinks and reds, not any whites. And this is all done on in overdyed flosses with a DMC conversion, of course. And the fabric is 40 count Heartland by Picture This Plus. So a nice gold tone fabric. But my thought with this was to have the different colors of red in the stripes represent the diversity that we have in this nation. E pluribus unum, out of many one. So different colors, different shades, different shapes, different ethnicities, different religions, different beliefs. That is what makes the United States who we are. Without all that diversity, we would not be the country that we are. I did not start with the words E pluribus unum at the top. I just started with the idea of the flag, and then probably in the shower one day, or maybe one of the nights when I was trying to sleep and I couldn't because of the coughing, the thought came to me to include the words. So this I hope to have stitched and ready for a May release. And then the next one that I designed that I'm working on is called Huntington Hall. It is also stitched in a variety of overdyed flosses. This is what I have so far for this. There's still a lot more to go, which I will not show you and I will not give you any hints on. I may show more of this as time goes on. This may end up being a release for the wholesale market in August. This year, it's actually called Needlework Marketplace. There's a different one that is coming up this year. And I may just take my time working on this. I love it. Blues and browns. But yeah, I may not worry too much about getting it ready until August because I have multiple collaborations that are coming up with different people that I need to work with. I don't know whether you can see that sampler there on my ledge. I am working on charting that. See if I can get you back here without too much problems. I'm working on charting that for the Rocky Mountain Sampler Guild. That will be for their August get-together. So that is taking up a lot of my time too, and I'll get that stitched. That will be in stitched in the hand-dyed fiber silks as well, and those are my go-to silks at this point. Can't beat them. So yeah, a lot of other things going on that I'm working on, so I'm not necessarily going to rush on this one. That sampler will come out at market next year for general release. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on in my design world. It's looking to be another fun year. And yay for market. Okay, so I know I'm just spilling water all over my stuff. All right, store collaboration. Excuse me. I am going to be continuing the store collaborations. If you remember, I did the one with Abby of Top Knot Stitches in January. I did not end up having one in February because I just couldn't. And March was a bust. So I'm definitely off the schedule for that. But I'm trying to find my my information. But we're getting back on schedule. So, okay. So my store for basically into April is Cobweb Corner. The owner's name is Carla Ekman. And if you have worked with Carla and with Helen D., East Coast Crafter, with her with stitch-alongs, that is who I'm working with, Cobweb Corner. I met Carla at market, although it was a very brief meeting. She also had quite a crazy market. She was trying to get into market amongst all of the tornadoes, as was storm warnings and tornado warnings, as were many people. She ended up being delayed and didn't get there until like Friday afternoon, or it might have been Saturday morning actually. And then she had the same kind of delays heading home. I mean, we were commiserating together. But anyways, Carla has been in business for a number of years. She does a lot of stitch-alongs, so you may be familiar with her over that. So she is my store for April, like I said. I have some information here about her shop and her background, and then I'll let you know what the giveaway status is for this. Okay, so Cobweb Corner, Carla Ekman. She says, I graduated from college with a BA in computer science and worked for 19 years as a database programmer, software engineer. In the early 2000s, I became increasingly frustrated with my job. Around the same time, my daughter reached an age where after-school daycare was no longer an option, and I didn't want to have her come home from school to an empty house. Fortunately, our insurance was under my husband's job, and he encouraged me to pursue a job at home. That's exactly what Mike did with me in the early 2000s. So she continues, I looked for something that I enjoyed personally, was easy to store, and was easy and light to ship. I settled almost immediately on cross-stitch. During the same time, I was also making jewelry professionally and selling jewelry and supplies on Etsy and at shows. In the first few years of my cross-stitch business, I concentrated on purchasing large lots of used cross-stitch on eBay and buying inventory from shops that had gone out of business. I would then relist those items individually on a website that I had created myself. As my business grew, I invested in a full-scale shopping cart and started concentrating on becoming a full-fledged online cross-stitch shop. In 2014, my husband was asked to move to France for his job. How cool is that? We lived there for 22 months, and I closed my business down while we were gone. I reopened in 2016, and it took about 3 years to get back to where I was before we left. In 2019, I attended market for the first time and learned about Flosstube. What a difference that made. Cobweb Corner grew very quickly after that, and when COVID hit, I became very, very busy. My goals for my business are focused on both stitchers and designers. I want to be involved in the community by promoting the craft and supporting designers who are dedicated to working with small shops. Some of the things I have done to reach my goals include, excuse me, I formed a Facebook group, Stitch and Move, to encourage the stitching community to make goals, large or small, to move more. I have partnered with a number of Flosstubers and work with them via giveaways and stitch-alongs. As we have grown, we now concentrate on choosing stitch-alongs that may introduce stitchers to new or struggling designers, or designs that they may not have seen before. We want to encourage stitchers to branch out. I have my own Flosstube channel where I try to discuss a business topic in each video. I want to give some insight into what a shop owner does. I have a Facebook group for cross-stitch auctions where I offer pre-owned and often rare items. This allows stitchers to find some older charts and save some money over the ever-increasing cost of new designs. Although I now concentrate mostly on new inventory on my online shop, I am still known for having hard to find and older items. I try to reach out to designers who are open to it to see if they have older designs that other shops no longer carry that they feel stitchers may still enjoy. For example, I carry the entire line of Wee Santas by Heart in Hand from 1996 to the present. In the past few years, I've been taking more and more time off. My husband retired 3 years ago, and we purchased an RV at the very beginning of COVID. A year ago, my husband was diagnosed with cancer, and we are still fighting that. We are not holding back on travel and will be doing as much as we can while we can. My husband and I also take 7 to 10 days during planting and harvest season each year to help our friends in a southern Minnesota farm. I drove a tractor for the first time when I was 60 and found out I really like it. I think that's great. When I'm gone, I close my shop. My customers are wonderful about this time off. I also have parents aged 88 and 90, so I have a lot going on outside of the shop. I just turned 61 and sometimes think I should be retiring, but I absolutely love my job and just can't do it. The compromise is having the shop closed more often. Not a great solution, but one that will work for now. So I find all that very interesting. I love to hear the background, how stores started, and really, just to get to know a shop owner and what she goes through to balance her life. So yeah, that's cool. I will be linking below all of the different Facebook groups and her Flosstube channel down below. Let me tell you about the giveaway. So we are going to have, first of all, she's going to have 10% off on all of my charts that she has in stock. There's a coupon code that I will be putting down below for that, and it will take 10% off my charts through April 30th. Okay, she says the code is required and it must be entered before checkout. If you have any problems during the checkout with that code, you can get in touch with Carla and she will help you get that sorted. But again, I will be putting the code down below in the description box along with all the other information. She is also going to have 5 $10 gift certificates as the giveaway. So we will be talking about that more in just a second. Okay, so that is the information on Cobweb Corner for our shop spotlight. Now, let me get back here. Okay, so giveaways. So in order to be entered into the giveaway for the $10 gift certificate, like I said, there are 5 of them. I want you to put a comment in the comment section. I want you to comment. I want you to comment on whether you have shopped at Cobweb Corner yet or not. Please use the words Cobweb Corner in your comment in order, because that's what I will be drawing on. I plan on doing a video in 2 weeks specifically to do the drawing. It probably won't be a full video. It'll just be announcing the winners of those gift certificates, so that if you do want to take advantage of that 10% off of my patterns, that's through April 30th, you'll have the chance to do that. That makes sense. Oh my. Okay, so that is the Cobweb Corner giveaway. 5 $10 gift certificates. Put in the comments whether you have shopped at Cobweb Corner yet or not. Okay, got that? Okay, other giveaways. I have a bunch of them, and it's all about me. All right, so, oh, and let me first start by saying I know I owe several of you your charts from past giveaways. I had hoped to have time before we left to market to get those in the mail. That did not happen. And of course, it did not happen during March. I am hoping this week that I will, in fact, I shouldn't even say hoping. I will say a definitive statement. This week, I will be sitting down in my workroom and getting those mailed out. So look for those in the not too distant future. All right, giveaways for this video, and I will not announce these ones until my next full Flosstube at the end of April. I plan from here on out to be doing, again, end of month, new release, what have I done this month type of videos, instead of every week or every 2 weeks. It just, at this point in my career, it's just going to make more sense to do it once a month. I'll be doing the Cobweb Corner pool in 2 weeks to get those out to you, but these the other giveaways that I'm going to talk about now will be at the end of April. Okay, so giveaways for that are my new releases. So first we have Vintage Christmas Alphabet 3, right? I have to keep track of this. So I would like you to use Christmas in a sentence. So let me back up and say I have hard copy charts for those of you with US addresses. I have PDFs for those of you who are international. So for this giveaway, I want you to use Christmas in a sentence. And if you are an international follower, I want you to also put the word international in your comments. So I know when I'm doing a search on Christmas, and I will be using the keyword for this one is Christmas. When I do the search on Christmas and I see international, I'll know that you're getting a PDF. Make sense? Okay. Spring cottages. I would like to know what your favorite spring flower is. Make sure you use the word flower in your comment. And again, if you are international, use the word international. And if you're signing up for several of these, you just have to say international once. I hope that makes sense. Okay, balloons. Use the word balloon in a sentence. Some of these I got creative on, some of them I didn't. Use the word balloon in a sentence. And again, say international if you're international. Samplings of lace spring. Tell me what your favorite spring color is. Use the word color in your sentence. And if you're international, say international. All right, now we get to two big ones, bigger ones. And for these, if you're international, you'll only get the PDFs. So for calm, I have the silk set to go with it. Now, calm, I want to know what is your, if you drink tea, what is your favorite flavor of tea? If you don't drink tea, then just tell me you don't drink tea. I will be searching on the word tea. So for the US addresses, you will be getting the hard copy chart and the silk set. For my international friends, it'll just be the PDF. Now, the silk set should be good for 3, if not 4 of the different tea time designs, because there is enough silk there. for multiple designs. So that is that one. And then last but not least, and this is huge, Louise and the silk set from Vicky. 27 colors of silk, of her gorgeous silks, and the chart for Louise. And again, international subscribers, I'm sorry, but it'll just be the PDF. For this, I'd like you to just say Louise. You don't have to do anything fancy. If you want to do something fancy in a sentence with the word Louise, that's fine. I will be searching on the word Louise. And again, if you're international, say that you're international. I did want to make a comment about her silk set. So one of the colors, Gandhi Dancer, and it's a pink. Not seeing it right easily here. Oh, there it is. Gandhi Dancer, that pink right there. There's only actually 4 stitches for that color in the chart. I was originally just going to leave that as the DMC color. There is a DMC conversion for these in the chart. So I was just going to leave that the DMC color, but Vicky said that she would include that spool of silk in the set at no charge. So basically you're getting 27 spools of the silk for the cost of 26 if you buy the set. I will be putting the link to the set down below. Also know that Tomorrow's Heirlooms in Illinois is carrying the chart and the silk sets. She has bought the silk sets from Vicky. I don't know how many she might have left at this point, but if you're interested in buying the silk set and want to support a store rather than buying them through Vicky, I know for a fact that Tomorrow's Heirlooms did purchase some. So, haul. Like I said, I did not get a ton. I do have some various odds and ends that came in the mail, I think before I left for market. Or while I was away. And a couple things since I've been back, but not a whole lot. First, I want to share with you this little lovely. This is from a woman named Mary, who is also an employee at Stitch Niche in Arlington, Texas. She brought this to me at market. The whole troop from Stitch Niche that attended market came and visited me in my room, and Mary brought me this. So it is a scissor fob that's on a necklace that you can wear while you're stitching. And she does clay work, and she made this beautiful little charm in clay. She said she knew that I love the outdoors, so she kind of made it as a pine tree outdoorsy theme. I think it's gorgeous. So thank you, Mary. I love it. It's beautiful. I have not used it yet. I've kept it all wrapped up nice and safely until I could show it on a Flosstube. I got 2 more sets of the MPI silks in from Fat Quarter Shop. I have to get all of these organized. I probably have a good 4 or 5 sets over there that I have not gotten onto their tags to hang up yet. One of the things that I did manage to do while I was sick was to get all of my DMC into those 64 drawer racks or cabinets, plastic iris thingies. I managed to get all of them into 4, and I still have some empty drawers because if I only had 2sies or 1sies of some of the colors that were like in a row, I put 3 in a drawer. So it helped to compact it down, so I managed to get all the colors into four of the containers. I had bought those little DMC stickers to put on the drawers, but they did not want to stick to that plastic. Either they just, it was the strangest thing. I guess maybe static electricity built up on the plastic, but I would stick the stickers on there, and then I'd go to work on the next drawer or 2 drawers down, and all of a sudden you'd hear this little pop, and the sticker came off and would fly somewhere. It was the strangest thing. Anyway, I gave up and just used a Sharpie and just wrote the number on the front of the drawer. Yeah. Samplers, Girls of History Club, and I know that's not the proper name, but it's something close to that, from Country Sampler in Wisconsin. I know it's them because of the gorgeous way they package their kits. So this is Chessie and Me, Bertha Mae Brown. There is one more sampler coming from the past 2022 year of the, what is it really? I don't remember. Threads of History, Girls, I don't know. Anyways, there's one more in the current year, and then they'll be starting the next year with the summer release. I do not know if they have any openings in their club. It is a very, very worthwhile club. There's been a couple samplers that I haven't been thrilled with, but for the most part, it's fun to get these. Like I said, the sets are gorgeous, and for the most part, the samplers are gorgeous as well. So if you're interested, I'll try and remember to put the information below. It's Country Sampler in Spring Green, Wisconsin, that does that club that you can sign up for. I got, I can't believe it's been this long, but apparently I didn't show you these. I don't know. I had 3 sets of Vicky's variegated Threads of the Month club that was still waiting in my to be shown pile. So one of the things that Needlework Press had at market was this stitching tools little plastic box. Maria, my friend Maria Kutzner, picked one of these up for me, and as I was pulling out all the stash that I had to show you today, I thought, you know, I think those silks will fit perfectly in that little box, and they do. So this is actually 3 months worth of Vicky's silks. Gorgeous. I'm not going to go through and show you all the individual colors, just to say they are gorgeous, and they really are. The value for the quality of what you're getting, I can't say enough about how wonderful Vicky's silks are. I've used a lot of different silks. I love a lot of different silks, but Vicky's silks are my go-to now for any of my designing. They just work perfectly. I'm also a member of the Fox and Rabbit Patreon group, Tier 4, and I do get 2 things of fabric every quarter. This was the last quarter's fabric. I love Fox and Rabbit fabric. I do have to say, when I got the bright yellow Say Cheese, I was like, holy cow, what am I going to do with that? But as I was, again, pulling all my haul out to get it into a pile to show you, I thought, I had an idea. I won't use all of it, but I had an idea. So stay tuned for something using that fabric in the future. I think we've all been hearing a lot about Cedar River linen on different floss tubes, and I managed to snag myself some, and it will not be the last that I get. Cedar River is out of the Pacific Northwest by Jody. Trixie Tricycle, I think, is her floss tube. I got a couple colors, fat quarters. This is 40 count Overcast. Great neutrals. And this is 40 count Tephra. And she has an explanation on her website of her inspiration for these different colors. And I wish I could remember what Tephra's inspiration was. I don't know how good this is showing up in this light. There's some pretty good light coming in from my window here. I am thinking that I will be using one of these as my fabric for when it's time to stitch the sampler over here for the Rocky Mountain Sampler Club. So stay tuned. I also got a cut of Old Stationery by Seraphim Fabric, probably one of my all-time favorite colors. This is what I stitched Louise on. So this is the rest of that. Okay, let's see. We'll save those for last. I got another one of the layer cake sets from Fat Quarter Shop. And, you know, every time, I don't know how much you're able to see when I do this, but every time I get one of these, I am just amazed at how perfect I think the patterns are for finishing smalls. I just love these. So, layer cake from Fat Quarter Shop. And this one is simply delightful. Okay, last but not least, what did I get at market? So because it is Sunday afternoon before the designers really get out to do any shopping of their own, a lot of things are usually sold out. I had wanted to get shoot, Lottie Dawes. The spring, she had the spring basket at Needlework Expo. She had the summer basket here at market. I think it was La Di Da. Anyway, sold out. Jeanette had several band samplers at market, sold out. I did manage to get vintage grapes though, which is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love that she has the alphabet alternative if you don't want to do the specialty stitches. So pretty. And that is using silks, of course. I did not get the silk pack yet. I may. And then I also got from Liz Matthews, hello from Liz Matthews, Gifts from My Garden. Such a sweet design. So yeah, there were several other ones that I was interested in. Definitely interested in needlework presses. Be a Friend. I have the other two, Be Diligent and Be Kind. Did not make it to their room. Yeah, just, you know, you do what you can. I think that is all for me today. So I hope you guys are doing well. I have missed chatting with you. I have appreciated your support. Appreciate the support that you're giving the stores and that the stores are giving me. And of course, all of your lovely encouragement on social media. I did get a postcard from someone I forgot to bring down. It was a postcard from the Hawaiian Islands, actually from the Volcano National Park. And so fun because she just said how much, on what she wrote, the little note she wrote, just how much she encourages me to continue with my designing, how much it brings happiness to so many of you. And if it brings happiness to you, you can imagine what it's bringing to me. So anyways, I love you guys. Like I said, I will see you in a couple of weeks for the Cobweb Corner giveaway. Please be sure to check out the Hearts for Pam information. And I will see you soon on social media and back here. You guys take care of yourselves. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.